Alright everyone, and welcome back to Season 4 of STSF1, and yeah, we're here today then for what I think is round 10 of the season, the Italian Grand Prix, and here we are on our best qualifying lap then, coming here off the back then of what was a pretty good race last time out, certainly quite an exciting one in Belgium, had quite a lot of battles in that one, and yeah, we finished 9th in the end, not too bad, and yeah, sort of keeping up sort of this streak we've had of races we've finished this season. We've finished in the points, so yeah, that's something I'm happy about then, having, well, what with this being quite a competitive grid, and yeah, hoping for some more points here today then. And I was expecting this one to be a bit of a struggle because yeah, as I said before, just Monza is just one of those tracks that just never goes well for me. Well, it does, but like, if I have bad luck, it's likely to be here. And as I've said, I've never won this one. I mean, it's not like I'm expecting to, you know, win any races in this league, but yeah, as I say, it's just one of those ones that is sort of down there in terms of, you know, tracks that actually give me good fortune. So we'll try and get some points here today, but as I say, it's going to be an uphill battle, and just really I don't have that much pace here, I don't think. As you see here, we're only 13th then, Melanie was up in 8th, and yeah, it was a good result for him then, as it was Flying Finn who took pole from Feisty Ted and ESR Simon, and then with Tiz this week, so yeah, big chance then for Finn to build up a nice lead in the championship then, and yeah, we'll see what happens with that then, as we are actually going to go with the super soft tyres then, even though we're outside the top 10, and yeah, we'll see how that goes then, as we've got the lights coming on now. And away we go, and yeah, EVR Reynolds had a bit of a lag start there, and I sort of swerved to avoid when I didn't really have to, but yeah, Maranzano actually disconnected before the start, so I had an empty slot there in front of me. As we're going to go to the outside then for turn 1, and we're going to follow, it looks like Limitless round this first chicane then, and yeah, we've stayed where we were really then in 12th place, but Reynolds has made up some ground then in the Force India, and we're just sort of trying to stay in the slipstream here then. We're near the back, so we can sort of avoid some of the carnage maybe into the second chicane, and yeah, it all bunches up then, and yeah, nothing, well, couldn't find anywhere to like pick up the pieces there, and yeah, all stayed nice and tight in front of us then, but then Reynolds actually went wide in the first Lesmo, and we're on the inside then for the second part, and we're up then into 11th place, and yeah, we're going to skip now into later in the lap where we're still sticking with this midfield group, as I think that dot there at the front is just Finn running away with this one, as it's all still very close then in the midfield. We've got Limitless there looking to the inside. We see a nice gap up here on the outside. We're going to try and go on the outside, get the inside line for turn 2, but yeah, he had better traction there it looks like, and in fact Reynolds has now got himself alongside us as well then, so we'll have to watch out for him as well here then, as yeah, it looks like he's ahead of us and he's also going to look to the inside, so we're going to go back to the outside here then, and side by side we just make slight contact, and then unfortunately right before I ghosted, JP collected me and broke my front wing a bit there. Obviously nothing JP could do there, and I think overall it was just a racing instant with Reynolds there. You know, I did like turn in, I was expecting him to be like turning in at the same point. I'm not sure if he had a slight lock up that sort of made him go a bit like straighter than I thought he would, but yeah, overall I think I was a racing instant there, and just one of those unfortunate things, like my back tyre just clipped his, and yeah, that tipped me into a bit of a spin, and unfortunately that has really done a lot of damage to our race today then, as we're going to go on to the medium tyres and see if we can get on to the end. This is a strategy we would have gone for anyway. I was planning on just, you know, using the benefit of fresh super soft tyres at the start, and then maybe trying to undercut some people who might have tried to go on the softs, but yeah, it wasn't to be then, and yeah, we'll see if we can just get to the end on mediums now then, and hopefully find ourselves in the points by the end of this one then, as we get to lap 6 now where JP is now in the pits, so yeah, out he comes then, still in front of us. I'm not sure if he had front wing damage from our incident, but yeah, he's still ahead of us then. We also had Feisty Ted, who I think we just saw there disconnecting as we came out of the pits, and we finally passed his AI car, and that put us up to 13th, and now we're all over the back then of JP, and yeah, we're going to have DRS this time around, and we're lining up then down the pit straight as we've got actually Tyrrell Limitless coming out the pits there. I think he must have had damage then to be coming up behind us in this one, and yeah, we're up the inside then of JP, and we are into 11th place, so yeah, only one place away from the points then at this point. And in fact, up in front of us then we've also got Danny just coming out of the pits as Limitless is now trying to pass us. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Danny had an incident as well at some point, as Limitless actually is going to do what we tried to do on the second lap then, and that is to brake later on the outside and get the inside line for turn 2. And yeah, he makes it stick with them and goes up into the points places then, and we'll try and stick with him if we can, but I mean, it's Tyrrell Limitless, so I doubt it. And yeah, we had a good slipstream though, and I did think about it, but I didn't really have the confidence that he did on the brakes there. Obviously he's on those fresh soft tyres, so it's been very hard to sort of outbrake him there. But yeah, we'll try and stay with him if we can, but we are really struggling with understeer there, and we've got Danny all over the back of us now then, so we are going to have DRS, but it may just be a case of using it to defend here then for Danny, as we're going to just defend the inside line then, and hopefully stop him from going around the outside here then, and we do manage to just about outbrake him there then and stay ahead through Ascari, but yeah, we're all over the place really and struggling quite a bit for grip at this point, as we just sort of try and keep in touch with these guys. But yeah, it does look like sooner or later Danny is going to pass us here then, and in fact running outside into Parabolica, it looks like he's going to have more grip there, and yeah, he's steering up into 11th place and his Limitless has already run off then with the final point there. We are going to get back in the slipstream there of Danny and maybe try and pass him again here into turn 1. He defends the inside line, so we'll go to the racing line then, and going to brake as late as we can here then, and just about making it through there into 11th place, but yeah, he gets more traction on the exit, and yeah, he is going to retake the place unless we can outbrake him again into the second chicane. So I think it's going to be quite difficult to do that, very narrow in there, and yeah, we try and brake as late as we can, but yeah, he just had enough to keep us back there, and he's thrown into 11th place, but a bit of a longer battle than I was expecting there. And yeah, we skip to lap 17 now then, where we've got yellow flags out from front of us, and in fact Limitless has retired from the race then, so I'm assuming he had an incident there and decided to call it a day there then. So yeah, that puts us up then into 11th position in this one, and nothing else happened after that unfortunately. Just a rather an interesting one. Obviously our race kind of got ruined by that front wing damage early on, and yeah, it was a nice little like unexpected battle with Limitless and Danny sort of at mid distance, but yeah, after that there was not much for us, but we did actually manage to do the whole 25 laps on those medium tyres then with exactly 75 at the end, so just as we were getting into puncture range we reached the checkered flag. But Reynolds did have 12 seconds of penalties then, so that does actually move us up into the points then. So yeah, that's something at least then. And yeah, it was a very good 8th place end for Melanie in 8th place end, having qualified there. So yeah, a good result of him then, as the Flying Finn took a dominant victory from his brother STSF1 Alonso. And in third it was Cryo Lockdown, who I think is a reserve, I'm not sure. And Stone in 4th, Danny in 5th. And yeah, that is it then for this race. Hope you enjoy it. Leave a like if you did. I'll see you next time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.